Hello, 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 ladies and gentlemen. It's Christelle Martinette here, and I'm here with another reading that starts on the 15th for the second half of May. And I just want to show you the cards I'll be using for these readings. I've taken up this period the cards of the New Orleans Voodoo Tarot that I've used consistently for a long period of time, but for the past couple of months I haven't. Beautiful, beautiful cards, one of my favorite decks. And since not many people out there know how to read them, it's difficult for you. Some people think that they're very dark cards, and they are not. It's a different culture, really. I temper that with another tarot deck, and they work very well together, which is the Angel Tarot. They seem to work very well together. They lighten each other up, and what emerges is a very particular message. And then, of course, I'll be using my Vera Sibilla cards, and they are the protagonists in my readings always. And, of course, the runes. And I again have this reading, the antler runes, that I can see very well on camera. They're easier to see. And I'll cast them at the very end. I just wanted to say that I've been having a lot of consultations with people interested in soul therapy, and it's been going extensively well. And why I need to put in my 2 cents here is that I've said this to people who have been coming in for an archetypes reading. The hair on my arms stands on end when I work with clients in soul therapy for the amount of precision and it's uncanny, and the actual result that it has on people, the amount of healing that takes place. And I just wanted to open the floor for that. Because some people who come in, they're a little bit embarrassed to talk about themselves and talk about their issues. And soul therapy is a way of circumventing that. It's even better than the card reading in the sense that it's not a therapy session where you come in and you talk about your problems with a psychotherapist. It's giving me 4 bits of information, and I do the work, and we come into a session, an extended session, and I tell you what I find. And then the story comes out, and you make heads of and tails of what I tell you, and it seems a different way toward healing. It's quite interesting, and I'm very at ease with working with the invisible world. I feel it's part of my nature. It's part of my own soul group of origin, where I straddle the invisible and the visible world. I do a lot of channeling, and there too my hair stands on end when I do channeling and mediumship. So for those of you who are interested in contacting people from the past who have moved on, the sessions are very, very interesting. So that said, let's go on to the reading, ladies and gentlemen. Scorpio, Scorpio, Scorpio. It's your turn for the second half of May, starting the 15th. May to the 31st. Let's see what is up for you, Scorpio. Again, I usually mix these off camera and shuffle, but I like to give shuffling on camera, so you see they are being shuffled. And the same for the Angel Tarot. What interesting cards you have. What interesting cards you have. There you go. There are 3 here. Let me put them out. Oh, how lovely this is. And I'll show you those. One more and take them out. Okay, now we have Radha. This is the 5-car Ogun Ferrai. This is iron steel. Then we have the Congo card Hongan. Then there's Petro, the 8 card Sibylla Flambeau. Sibylla Flambeau. Radha, Mambo card. And Pietro, the Mambo card. All right, now, the three cards that fell out were the Two of Cups, the Lover's card, the Knight of Swords, the Nine of Wands, and the Three of Cups. You have to leave your mind at rest. You're fretting over a love situation and you don't want to waste time. You are very, very fearful that someone's coming in and robbing you of your partner. Your new partner, you know, it seems that someone or that partner is just happy as they are, and you are not going to be able to mark your territory. I hate to put it in those terms, but this is what I'm actually seeing. And lo and behold, please rest assured, Scorpio, because what I'm seeing is celebration and the idea that they are their own person, be it male or female. Accept that. Accept that, and you will both be celebrating the Three of Cups. Now, what brings you to such a rage of passion is passion itself. And this is why you do not want to waste any time in brandishing your sword, marking your territory. You are mine. You don't have any qualms about saying exactly what you want and telling that person, look, we should do this because I feel that you will be doing something else. You'll be cheating on me. You'll be going on somewhere else. I mean, what is the story here? How? And you're getting it out in the best way you know, the best way you know fit. Coming together, I have to say, coming together was very, very cumbersome. Very cumbersome. Deciding to be together is still up in the air. And you're trying to weave a web of reasoning in your mind, but more importantly, in the mind of that person, whereby you both have to acknowledge that the passion is there. Where else can you find this passion, you're saying, and you're thinking, and you will say to them. But life is what it is. At night we worry. Our deepest fears are of loss. What would I do if that person goes off into the sunset with someone else? And these are thoughts that cross your mind in the second half of May. But as I said, please don't fret, because I'm seeing that the more you acquiesce, the more that you acknowledge the person is their own person, the more happily you will be rejoicing together and celebrating your coming together. Whew! That was tough. I'm perspiring. That was a difficult thing to get out. I'm going on to this Radha 5 card, the Ogun Ferai. All of this metal here that, let me see what that's all about. Okay, yes, of course that's, of course it's the Nemico, the male enemy, and the Sospiri, and wanting to know, and the Bambino, the beginning, and how can I begin if there's somebody else there? Is there somebody else? When will I know? After all this time, are they still together with that other person? These are all questions in your mind, and you want to dispel the air of any questions whatsoever, and get right to the meat of things. And I mean the meat of things. I'm going to Simbi la Flambeau Petra, the 8th card. Okay, and what do I have here? I've got the Delirious Men, Deliranti, Death, and Amica. All right, so the ultimate goal, wait, here we go. The ultimate goal is the Amica. You want your... you want harmony to reign within the union. Let's call it a union. I don't see you as being quite together yet. It's a union, but there's no defining a space. There's no defining a shape. There's no defining a principle of how people can stay together in the conditions that you are in, both you and this other person. And this is worrying you. And because, and I see a cat that's biting its tail over and over again, because that's the way it is, that makes you even more bent on slaying the dragon within and calling a spade a spade. What is up? I want to know. All right, I'm going with the Vera Sibilla over the Radha Mambo card. Okay, of course, there is... It's almost as if I knew which cards would be coming out. Malinconia, melancholy. Then we have casa, and then we have prigione. Now, what is this all about? I ask. Could it be that, Scorpio, you are looking to the days that were and the way we were? You're asking yourself. Could it be you were looking at a time when you were not available and there was still the desire, there was still the idea of coming together? That's what the mambo is talking about here. I'm going now to the Radha Mambo. I'm going now to the Petro Mambo over our celebratory card here. All right, I've got the lettera, letter, dispiacere, sadness, and belvedere. It's odd because I get here that communication, these mirror each other, communication is what will ultimately bring the success that you desire. The actual scene, movie, how it would play out, that's the key. There is this extreme sadness, dispiacere here, that is in the way of communication to success. And I think that this is the crux of the matter, Scorpio, that you don't know when, you don't know how, you don't know, and you understand that this is the way to success. You're not yet in a position to do that, to do all of that, explaining, to do all, and this is the sadness that comes to you. And you still, however, want to celebrate the Three of Cups. Let's see what the tarot, not the tarot, let's see what the runes, okay, what the runes say here. Well, we've got a mixed bag. What a mixed bag we have. I've got Isa right over the Congo Hongan card, which talks to me about you really, really, really wanting to mark your territory, Scorpio, be you man or woman. And right over the Lover's cards here, I have success in the decision-making process. Remember that the Two of Cups is a union, and I'm reading this Lover's card as a decision-making process. But the decision has been made. There's AWATS right over that. And Tyr, the decision has been already made years ago, lifetimes ago. And now you're in a place where you're protected. You cannot be apart. Get that in your head. Now, the difficulty here is over this Knight of Swords, where I have Aljeet's Merkstave, where it does talk about a lack of protection. There is that risk factor that you have to go through, and that is taking its toll, Wunyo Merkstave, on you, because Kinat's Merkstave is not allowing you to see the final outcome, and you are intuitive. You know when that person's online. You know when that person's free. You know when that person's eating and breathing. You know when that person's sad. You are very intuitive. But there's part of this that you will never know. And that is driving you absolutely up a wall. But it's part of life that we need to accept. We need to accept that we are not meant to know everything. We are incorporated. We embody a body, our soul does, so we can experience life, enjoy it. And right over the celebratory card, lo and behold, I have Thurisat, such a definite, difficult rune to plumb, and Lagos. These two are telling you, look, come hell or high water, You need definitely to go through that process. The risk part of it, the not knowing part of it. That needs to be part of your specific rite of passage, yours and the other person's. And it will, once you take the decision to risk, that will be as smooth. It will be a piece of cake. A piece of cake. Scorpio, namaste. I hope this was of help to you. Bye-bye. Till our next reading.